And we've got SIM card in the house as well. And she's with us. Hello, Simphiwe. I can't hear you, honey. I can't hear you. Leigh-Ann, can you hear Sim?
No.
I'm on mute. Don't worry. No, I was
There we
on
go.
mute. Don't worry.
It was just a mute issue.
Like
It was just a
rookie
mute
mistake. It's one of those mornings. We've had a morning of all mornings, but Asiko Lap, it's a Friday, guys. How you guys?
We're trying.
How
girl.
you guys?
We're trying. we
Leigh-Ann,
try to keep it moving.
I was a bit worried. I thought something had happened to you because Dorian
You thought
and
I was
sending
dead. Just say it.
Yes, yeah, I did. I was just like, oh my gosh, how do we break the news? Like, do you say reporting live? Leigh-Ann didn't wake up. And she was such a great co-host. And I'm gonna miss sending her like morning wake up messages. I was just, yo, Leigh-Ann, you had me there for a minute. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I'm so sorry. I've been in that position before where I was trying to get hold of my brother at one stage, and he literally he wears all of the technology. So something on his body must have been, it sounds a bit weird, but vibrating or beeping. But couldn't get hold of him, had these visions in my head. Ended up driving to his house, and he was just outside watering the garden, and I was in a heap. I was crying. I was telling him all these stories about what I'd envisioned. I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
No, so I'm sorry to have done that to you.
So before Simphiwe gives us like a rundown on exactly what happened this morning, I just need to tell you guys a bit about the ABSA Cape Epic. You know, like people have real lives where they do like real things on long weekends. They're not like the rest of us. So the ABSA Cape Epic is an 8-day stage race, and it's the most televised mountain bike race in the world. And this year's event is coming up on the 20th of March. And on this week's edition of Health Matters, which is hosted by Ryan O'Connor, he chats to Candice Lill, who's actually completed 4 previous Cape Epic races, as well as Matt Beers, who has 5 events under his belt, winning the 2021 edition. So make sure that this week you check out Health Matters wherever you listen to your podcast, and that is obviously brought to you by Sipler. Look at us just giving you an array of podcasts to listen to. That's how much we love you. That's how much we're actually into giving you some real things versus us just being late all the time. So back to the matter at hand. Simphiwe Mthethwa, it's your time to shine, honey. It's your time to shine. I think it's only fair that we actually explain what happened this morning and how it happened, because yeah, it's Friday, baby.
Yeah, so guys, as you know, I stay all the way in the East Rand, and I have my alarm set up for like 4 o'clock, and Lord and behold, it did not go off this morning. So I only actually woke up at 5:30. I managed to get to the office, you know, sometime just after 6, and then everything has been happening. You know, when they say when it rains, it pours. Today is one of those days, but you know, we're not gonna dwell on the negative. We're alive, you know, we're good, we're great, we're awesome. And you know, guys, it's a long weekend. I'm looking forward to just chilling in my bed.
It is too.
Absolutely nothing. I'm gonna watch some Netflix and just chill. One man.
So the real burning question, Simphiwe, is that seeing as that's the case, how much money do you owe every single person on the show right now? If you were to do the math, if we're saying it's
Darling. Welcome. Did I not hear you guys talk about a clean slate? Why are we still there? Sikolapo, babes. Thank you so. No. It doesn't. No. That's not gonna work on me. That's not gonna work on me. You guys said you started on a clean slate.
Yes, that applied to myself and Leigh-Ann.
Leigh-Ann,
like me and
what
Leigh-Ann
do you have planned for the weekend?
We get a clean slate. Don't know about you.
Okay, I have a question. As a middle-aged person, maybe just over middle, Netflix and chill, which you said that you'd be doing this weekend, Simphiwe.
One man. I'm emphasizing one man. I'm not gonna have a plus one, you know.
So what's the difference? How do you clarify, you know, the difference? Because you just said Netflix and chill, and I thought you were having an orgy.
I think Leigh-Ann's actually very right. You can't refer to Netflix and chill if you're by yourself. Like Netflix and chill, the term is for like more than one person. Just so you're gonna be watching Netflix. That's all you're doing. You're not chilling.
No.
You're not chilling.
Guys. There's a reason why I did emphasize the I'm Netflix and chilling one man. You know what I mean? Because I'm still gonna chill. I'm gonna have snacks. You know, I'm gonna watch some series, catch up on some dockies. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I just had to I know, but Orgy, also you, Leigh-Ann, you're a bit dramatic. Orgy, girl, do you see me doing that? Do you just
the chill part? The chill part refers to like a more than one person all gathered in the same vicinity. It could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 6, but it's definitely more than one.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, that is not my vibe. That's not what I get up to. So no, that's not me, guys. I'm just going to watch some Netflix. There you go. I gave into the peer pressure. Are you happy now?
So,
Are you happy?
yeah, I'll accept. What are we watching on Netflix at the moment?
So I forgot the name of the series, but I saw it on TikTok and they're like, it's the most weirdest consensual sex scene, right? And then I went to check out that particular just scene. It is weird, like absolutely weird. And basically, I don't know, there's this girl, she's in like a motel hotel, and she has like this opening scar thing on the side of her waist, you know, and she starts massaging it and she kind of gets turned off by that. And then a cat comes out of her body, like she gives birth to this cat, and I'm like, what the hell?
Wait. Whoa. Gives birth to a cat.
Yes, she's just busy massaging there, and then she gets aroused, and then chiggy, there's a cat coming out, like a whole kitten comes out of the side of her abdomen. I promise you. But that's not even the weird part, right? Then
that's just the normal part.
So that's cool. Like the cat, that part's cool.
No, I mean that's weird, but
I'm convinced I gave birth to my cats. They're my children.
So cool. So we agree it's not weird. Sure.
Wait, but that's not the scene, the actual act in itself, right? That's how it starts, right? That's the opening scene. And then now I think it's her boo thing. Her man is there and it's like, hey, what happened? And she's just like on the bed, all cold. And mind you, she's like in this gown, basically butt naked. And then a guy comes in to fetch this kitten and talking about power and talking about getting back her power. So then she gets up and she goes to the guy, and then she lets the guy feel this particular thing that's been open, and she's getting aroused. And then next thing, his whole hand is in there, and she's just like, whoa! And then the scene ends. WTF?
Yeah, so I'm definitely not going to be watching this. I'm glad you don't even know what it's called. It sounds like horseshit.
I think the person who created this probably was obsessed with Harry Potter and his scar on his head, and they just took it to the next level.
Yeah, like, you know. But I think that's what I'm gonna watch. I just need to understand, because that was like episode 4, right in the middle. So I need to understand what happened. How did we get to you giving birth to kittens? I need to understand what's this vibe. It is weird. I'll find the name of the
no,
thing for
you
guys.
don't need to do anything like
no,
that. It's okay.
I want to know. I want to know anything with
Leigh-Ann, you won't look at your cats the same again. Trust me. You won't. Don't do this to yourself.
Leigh-Ann, since you want to know, I will tell you. Give me a sec.
Please text her on the side. We're not interested in.
No, the people want to know. Give the people what they want. The people want to know what's going on the streets of Netflix. I think you guys need to absolutely watch that with me. Let's get a bit horrified, traumatized.
Gosh, no.
Let's just be like, oh my gosh.
I think like generally Netflix is like going through like a dry spell. I mean, they've got so much content up there, but it's always quite difficult to like pick the right thing and say, that's what I want to watch today. This is what I feel like. It's just sometimes a bit overwhelming. So I found myself in a bit of like a documentary like vibe with Netflix when it comes to like old school musicians. They really have like a good oh look, there's Leigh-Ann with the cats. For those of you who are listening at home, you can't see this right now, but Leigh-Ann is holding the most beautiful. Is that a ginger kitty? Is it a ginger kitty?
She's my little ginger nut named Saffron. And I birthed her about 10 years ago.
You birthed her. You're going to have to explain that process to us because, you know.
Well, she came from my scar.
Yo, that is like some weird, really weird stuff. I don't know why we're so okay with this. Yo, Simphiwe, please don't tell us what that thing is called. So I was saying, Netflix right now for me it's the documentaries. They've covered quite a number of like musicians very very well. They are generally covering old school musicians like from the 70s and 80s. That's where I'm at. But I've also generally started giving other streaming services a chance. I find myself watching Amazon Prime a bit more than I ever thought I would. They've got some really nice original stuff as well. They've got some concerts up there. There is a show that I'm currently hooked on. It's called Upload. I think it's like the third time I've mentioned it. Guys, go watch Upload, please. It's all about like the afterlife and what happens like when you die. They basically upload your whole consciousness like into like a resort, basically.
Oh wow.
So yeah, okay. Well, if you can afford it.
That sounds amazing.
It's really, really good. It's
Lebang,
really good.
I'm the people need to know. The people need
yes,
to know.
Yes.
And the name
Tell
is so cool.
POA,
the name is so cool. It's brand new cherry flavor. That's the name of the show.
Embedded in my brain.
Guys, I haven't watched 4 episodes. Someone spoke about it on TikTok, and then I watched that particular scene, which is episode 4. So I'm now gonna go and do the right things of watching the first episode. Check that out, guys. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to.
Well, dude 69 things he says
yes.
Here.
Yes. And if there's one person, you can trust
a piece of shit.
On the show, it's Dude 69. I've said this before. Dude 69 will always tell us the truth. Simphiwe, he says, I watched that movie. Full stop. Full stop. It's a piece of shit. Well,
I just watched the scene. I honestly watched the scene and hey guys, let's see if it's weird or maybe that's the only weird scene of it. I just need to understand because my mind is
maybe it's completely normal. Maybe she's like got 4 kids and a white picket fence, living in Connecticut. 9-to-5
and some
job.
Demon just possessed her. Yes,
just that day, that Tuesday.
I'm curious, Dude 69, how did you find the show? Because for a show like that to come up on your algorithm or whatever, hey, like, did you search for it or did it just like land? I'm curious now because it sounds like the kind of show that you need to particularly go looking for. But Leigh-Ann, I need to be honest with you. Like, I've kind of got a thing with cats where I don't know if it's just like because I just grew up with dogs, but I've just never like been about the cat life. At all.
No, I totally get you.
Yeah.
I was the same. I grew up with one cat who my mum was a bit of a hippie, and one of her friends went off to some concert and said, will you look after the cat? And he never returned. And so we affectionately named the cat Arsehole, which didn't bode well for my stories at nursery school when I was aged 4, saying that my cat was arsehole. But in any case,
yikes,
he was kind of wild, one of those where you as a child look at him under the bed and lift the night frill and he would just go nuts on your face. You'd like come out with this extra appendage of a cat on your face. So I totally get it. The only reason why I did get a cat was 2 decades ago. I was living in a small place and didn't feel it was right having a dog in that space. So tried a cat, fell in love. And ever since they've kind of found me or I found them. And that's where we are. But I do want to comment on your Netflix comment. I feel the same way. The fact that everything's been a bit dry. And the answer to your query, to the reason why, lies in the fact that there are documentaries, concerts, those sort of things. Those things are evergreen. Those things people have been putting together for years. And now they're playing them out. We need to remember that there's this huge dry spell because of COVID. So people weren't able to produce new shows. They weren't able to film. There was a complete world lockdown. So now we've got this dry spot that's being filled by this pre-prepared packaged stuff, like documentaries and that sort of thing. Which is great because they are good, but that probably explains what's been going on.
Yeah.
Speaking on documentaries, have you watched the Amazon docu? I think it came out about 2 years ago. I just finished it. And yes, you guys, Jeff Bezos, he is a monster. We all are worried about Mark Zuckerberg and the metaverse. And the real guy we need to be worried about is him. He basically has the data to everyone. So there's Amazon, and then he has like another security data company, AWS. And that one is the one that like ensures that no data breaches are done for various companies. But he has companies such as Netflix, Airbnb. He has even the national security in America, as part of his clients. And he has quite a few other huge corporations under his belt. So the amounts of data that man has about you right now is actually scary.
Data is the real currency,
scary.
that's for sure.
But what's he going to do with it? I mean, if you think about it, if he knows something about you, Simphiwe, what does he know about you that he can use against you? And like we all have to say about ourselves, do we really matter?
Yes,
well, he I don't know if he can use it against her, but he can, number one, definitely sell it off to as many people as he wants. Why? Because that data is ultimately like what they can use to predict your buying patterns.
Yes.
Like what you're about, like what you're thinking about. It's literally the new currency. Like
and what's the problem with that? So what if someone knows what I've been buying? I mean,
but it's not that.
Pick n Pay and Woolworths know what we've been buying.
No, but okay, so put it like this. So there's also like on YouTube. You see, guys, I don't just watch trash TV. I actually do watch some good content now and again when it's not reality shows. But there's
you're redeeming yourself slowly.
Yes,
it's cute. It's cute.
There is I think it's Vice, and that YouTube channel is all about like discovering and exposing like certain things that we don't know of. And they spoke to someone that worked at Facebook, and he was like, no, they listen in. When you guys are like, yeah, I think they're listening, he was like, they definitely listen into your conversations. And the dangers of that is that the information that you get fed, it's very personalized to Leigh-Ann. So if you are someone who loves cats, you are all about, peace, love, and happiness. That's what your timeline is going to look like. And what happens is that we're all getting different information. So it's easy to manipulate what people are consuming. And so propaganda can start like that in a very subtle way.
I hear you.
And then the other issue of it is that there's no privacy. So even with Alexa, they were like, that listens into your conversations, and that's how it gets better. So even in that, I mean, if you're talking to your husband and then one day you just so happen to be like, I'll kill you, oh my gosh, that can be used against you eventually. You know what I mean? And even if it's taken
like
out
rap
of context,
music,
yes,
basically.
It's taken out of context. And the fact that someone knows that much about you is very, very scary. I'm not about that. Like, I'm just like, if you want to sell me toothpaste, just sell toothpaste and let me be able to say yes or no. The fact that they can sell it to a point where I will say yes because it's in my favorite color, it's just the right size, it
creepy,
came at the right.
Man.
So it's very, very creepy. And the fact that he's making billions and trillions off of that.
Dude.
Wow,
yeah, no, it's actually very wild. We downplay it, guys. The fact that these people are listening in on us. My phone yesterday was like, would you like to update to iOS 15 point whatever the fuck? I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then after I updated, they literally asked, like, we're gonna listen in to improve the audio and to better your experience, accept or decline. I was like, no, I already know you guys are listening in on every single conversation I'm having. Why would I now like almost willingly just allow it? Nah. It's lame. It's lame and it's very scary. There's a couple of docus on that, Leigh-Ann, that explain it like in detail about how they start to really forge your way of thinking and they use your previous patterns to dictate. So you'll think to yourself, oh no, this is my thought. No, honey. No. The stuff that they put in front of you is what has been sort of like, it's like sandpaper, just like making your brain into a certain way to think certain things. It's all very, very messy.
Yeah.
And
the social dilemma, that documentary made me be like, social media, I just need to take a break. Even though I work in the social media space. It's understanding that this is a huge, like, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, they're huge platforms, but they also have their own agenda. In as much as 100%. I'm trying to make sure my tweet goes viral, they have their own agenda. Talking about agendas, I don't know if you guys, this was like a few weeks ago, even I think at the beginning of the year, end of the year, Twitter had this really amazing campaign, and they'll basically tweeted into reality. So they had like all these different stars who had tweeted like years ago,
like 2011, 2012.
One day I'm going to perform at the Grammys, and then boom, like 10 years later she performed at the Grammys, and they had just so many different stars. And I was like, that campaign, Twitter, you might actually redeem yourself. Now I actually feel like I should tweet and be like, yeah, one day I want to drive a BMW. No, a Porsche Cayenne. Oh, yes. Let's be more specific.
Do you want to drive a Porsche Cayenne, girl, with the price of petrol? Are you sure? Like,
yes. I mean,
but also it depends. It depends when Twitter makes your dream come true. You know, if it's in 40 years' time, that Porsche Cayenne might be looking a bit vintage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, guys? I will not stop dreaming and aiming for the stars. It doesn't matter how expensive petrol gets. I am also, you know, working my way up, and hopefully one day I won't even know the price of bread. I'll be like, oh, it's gone up again. I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
I don't do bread.
You don't check the price tag. We just swipe, honey. Leigh-Ann, I know you've got a couple of brain teasers for us this morning. Can you please like wake us up, get us into the right long weekend mood?
Yes.
Like I'm counting on you, girl. I'm counting on you. And actually, I just realized this is an all-woman show. Is that why
we love it?
Like, is that why like it's a long weekend? Because finally we're getting some good looks up in here. I like this energy, man. Let's keep it going. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go.
All the ladies. Well, we're just about to lose our cred because these, you know, we might not be able to crack these riddles, but we're not the only people. So let's see.
Like,
disclaimer, guys.
The audience needs to help us.
I might not be the one you want on your 30 seconds team. Just putting it out there.
Okay, so Simphiwe, I'm going to do like 5 at a time so that we can give everyone a chance to answer in the comments if they know the answer.
Can also just like, guys, please help on the comments there. Thank you very much. I've shotgunned that so nobody else can. Yeah. If I see the answer, it's mine.
If you're listening at home, switch to the YouTube so that you can comment, please.
To the YouTube. It's like my mom says last night. Ooh, today the Friends was very good.
Leigh-Ann's like exposing my age now.
Okay, so if you're on the YouTube and you have the Friends, here are your first 5. Okay, number 1. When is a door no longer a door? Okay.
When is a door no longer a door? Okay.
The second one, what tastes better than it smells?
What tastes better than what it smells? Okay, girl.
Number 3, what building has the most stories? Number 4, what has a bottom at the top? And number 5, what has 4 wheels and flies?
Has 4 wheels and flies. Oh,
okay.
So if we can go,
Congo Chris is already on the ball.
Congo Chris. Oh, wait. What's the answer?
Oh, Congo Chris in the comments is just doing our work for us.
Oh my gosh!
Is it for the first one?
So what's the first one? Can you repeat it again, please, Leigh-Ann?
All right, and I'll repeat them, and then you can pick out the comments to see which one is correct. Sure. When is a door no longer a door?
A jar?
When it's a jar.
Okay, so
go.
A lot of people got that one. So Congo Chris got that. Koku got that. Obviously, our resident Carl Dos Santos got that. Bakabadu as well. He got that. Our intern. Well done, guys.
You guys are actually smart.
Bronwyn also got
morning.
that. I see y'all. I see y'all. Okay, cool. Nice. I was never going to get that. Number 2.
What tastes better than it smells?
No. What tastes better than what it smells?
There was a correct answer in there. And the answer is your tongue.
Ah, congratulations to Alice. Alice got that one.
And
Your
Carl
tongue
Santos.
tastes better than it smells. Well
Okay,
done
I
to
took that
Carl.
literally like something that, okay. I was thinking food, ice cream.
Can you smell your tongue? Okay, so number 3.
Some more right answers on this one as well. What building has the most stories?
And
Well done,
library.
Building
Is it? It's a library, right?
Of course.
Library.
Of course.
Chris, you are super smart. Like,
Cuckoo got that one. Richard Hoped got that one. Congo Chris. Yeah, Chris, you're just killing it, bro. He got that one. Carl
Chris,
as well got that one.
No, Leigh-Ann, did you leak these answers?
Bronwyn Delay, she got that one. Like, you guys are so smart, man. But that one is kind of like, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. Like, which building has a lot of stories? Like, okay, stories, books in a library.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Number 4, what has a bottom at the top? Do we have any right answers for that one?
Did Chris get it right? He said a bin. Did he?
No, that's for number 5.
Garbage truck.
That's sorry,
close.
Chris.
No, it's your legs. Your legs have a bottom at the top.
I get it. Okay.
I don't get it.
Your ass. Your ass. Your bottom
is a bottom at the top.
Oh man, I feel stupid. That is great. And I should know that.
And the garbage truck stuff comes in with number 5. What has 4 wheels and flies? It's a garbage truck. Flies meaning the insect.
Like Richard helped. Congratulations. Rajesh Nandu, congratulations. You guys are, oh man.
Guys, no, Chris, I have a newfound respect for Congo Chris. You got like 4 out of 5, dog. Shout out to
that's
you.
impressive.
Like, shout out to you.
Really impressive.
Unless he's really like first fingers fast fingers first on the Googlings.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he's just like, let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he's just smart.
He's like a smart person.
Yeah, he's just smart and woo.
Like some people know where their strengths lie, and like if you're really good at riddles, then that's dope. Well done. Like I actually had a situation yesterday. I mean, you guys know I'm house hunting, right?
Yes.
So I went to look at a place like deep in Four Ways, and the guy who was like the estate agent was so bland. Like he was almost like selling me this house out of like a duty. You could feel he wasn't like enjoying it, and I just kept saying to myself, like, why are you here? This is not your strength. This is not where you're flourishing. You don't like, and it could, it could make a break. If the person selling you the property has like the right energy and like they know the house inside out and they know the area, they could be the thing that actually gets you to agree. But he was just like, yeah, to the left is the kitchen, to the right is the bathroom. If you keep walking straight, you see the garage. I was like, I was like,
sir. There's a reality show for everything, and there was a reality show about these estate agents, but these $1 million estate agents in New York. And honey, I want him to be the one selling my house, because they're the guys who will make sure like they'll pimp out the house, and then they'll be like, as you can see, we have 64 feet area here, and you can put a grand piano, and you might not have too much space, but that doesn't matter. You just want the aesthetics to look good. And I even would live here, so you're getting this at a bargain, and the energy for it. And it's like, this is why your commission is $1 million, because you're selling it and doing the things. And hearing him just say, yeah, to the right, what left, we have what, the wall, the bottom.
And I mean, I'm seeing Tembisa's got a good point. She's saying it's okay, Lebang. It's no reflection of one's intelligence. I completely agree with you. All I'm saying is that if you are in real estate, there's a certain part of personality that will sell the property. So in the same way that Congo Chris is a star at riddles, a star, and he's saying in the comments that I was an only child, okay? Riddles were my friends. Good for you, bro. Clearly that's where you flourish. Yes. I just realized yesterday that this guy who's trying to sell me this house, I hope he's listening, so I don't need to still call him. It just means that there's something out there that he's probably really good at, and it's not that. It's all
But
I'm
also,
saying. It
would I
doesn't make
say
him
that
less
did
intelligent.
top billing mess us up a bit? Are we also expecting like, so when you walk down the patio, you'll see that you have this amazing view of Bryanston. It is, you know, a concrete jungle. Is that what you're also expecting? You're expecting that, and as you can see, the curtains are, you know, made from really expensive cotton.
That's not what I'm expecting. I'm just expecting you to know about what you're talking about and maybe want me to buy the property. You know, that's it.
I've bought and sold a lot of houses in my lifetime, and it's really interesting to see how an estate agent behaves. Not that they should behave in any way. Please don't get me wrong, estate agents. But generally, what their personality is like when you're buying a house. You know, often you think, hey, this estate agent's really on my side. But you've got to remember that they're also an estate agent to the seller.
100%.
So they're carrying this balance, right? This very sensitive balance. And what I found is I bought and sold through the same estate agent. And that's when I really realized that they had my best wishes at heart, which was great. But as you know, I've just sold recently, and you find some really amazing people in this kind of industry. You know, this estate agent that I have at the moment was really rooting for me to find a seller. She knew my story. She knew what was happening in my life. When it finally happened, and when I handed over the keys just 2 days ago, when the purchaser left, she just hugged me because she said to me, "Are you happy in your new place?" And I said, "Yes, I'm so happy. I finally feel secure. This. I can sleep well at night." And she personally just hugged me. And she said, "When the sale goes through, please can I come and visit you at your new place? I'm dying to see it. We need to have a glass of wine together." And also remembering that I pushed her down on her commission as far as I could go. So that just shows you she's not in it for the money. She really respects me as a person and understands my situation. As much as estate agents can be like really annoying when they're the ones who are phoning you saying, "Are you interested in selling your house, or are you interested in buying?" There really are some pillars of the community who stand up there.
No, some of them are the good kind, definitely. I mean, like, I don't know about, like, you know, coming to visit me once I'm in my new house, like, sure, but that's nice. Like, it's the gesture, it's the thought, you know. It's like, okay, there's some good estate agents out there. Carl's saying in the comments, "Do not move to Four Ways. It's a shithole. The cesspool of middle management, it's gak." Yo, I don't know. I don't want to bash Four Ways like that.
Okay, guys, noted.
Like, okay, clearly. Simphiwe, I know you're also looking for a new place. I mean, if this morning is anything to go by, the closer you move to work, the better.
Lebang was just like, when she saw me, she was like, even more reason to move closer to work, right? So I was
because I was like, dude, I live 5 minutes away from the office. Give me a key so I can get myself into the office. And you were like, "No, it's my key. I'm not giving it away." I was like, okay. After today, in fact, as soon as 8 o'clock hits, we're going straight to the key people. They're going to cut a copy. I don't care. They're cutting a copy and you're giving me my own key. It's decided.
No, that's fine. But the issue is that the reason why I was really hesitant to give you my keys, that you weren't coming in every day.
Sure.
And I've been on time. This is like the first time. This is the first time. Don't try it, girl. Don't try it. I've been on time. I've been
looking for a place to stay, guys. If you guys can suggest in the comments what areas she should be looking in.
I can tell you what areas I will not be going to. Midrand, not doing that lifestyle. Okay.
Hybo.
Because I've already bashed Midrand guys that they basically have apartments with no furniture. So I also don't want to be a Midrand hunty. I don't know what they say about Midrand girls, but I'm moving to Midrand. So no.
But you're coming from the East Rand, so it's an upgrade.
So what? I still have standards.
Whatever way you look at it. Whatever way you look at it, you're moving on up, girl.
No. Did you hear about boys? They said it's a shithole.
Okay, so Congo Chris in the comments says Krugersdorp. I think Krugersdorp is, I don't know, between Krugersdorp and the East Rand. Isn't that like the same thing?
The East Rand is way better, honey. It has a vibe. It in early life. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I came out of the East Rand. Like, I'm such a great representative of the East Rand. Okay.
I have to give you props there. I was born on the East Rand, grew up in Edenvale.
Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that.
But Edenvale doesn't count as the East Rand. Let's get this clear. There's like Edenvale, Greenstone, and then there's like that side of the East Rand. Like after Bedford View, you are in the real East Rand. Everything on this side is like, you're still cool. You're still
Joburg.
Yeah. Let's say you're in Joburg still. After Van Buren, or what is it? Van Buren. What's that off-ramp called? It's
Van
over.
Buren.
You're far. It's done.
Yeah, so Barrett, I think a week or two ago went to watch like one of his favorite 80s star perform, and it was in Boksburg, the East Rand. And did he not come back and be like, "Oh, people in Boksburg, like, is that how they dress? Like, is that how they move?" He was so shocked.
Shame Benoni next to Boksburg. It's an unreal place. Like, people still live like that. It's the most unreal thing.
Yeah, so he was a bit shocked, and I'm like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, what? Oh no, that's Boksburg." Like, and he was really, really shocked. He was shocked.
Lest we forget, Krugersdorp, aka Devilsdorp. That's a big.
It's the first thing. It's the first thing that came to mind, but also because I was a bit late on the Devilsdorp train and watched it only recently. But yeah.
Yeah, no.
I also remember driving through Krugersdorp. I was with someone who pointed out it's a mental institution. I don't know if they call that those. Get my pronouns right. I don't know if they call those that anymore. But they said, "Oh, that's where that SABC actress is. She's being held there." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they said, "No, she's the one who they found in her apartment." And just trigger warning and sensitive warning here. But she'd ironed her baby's face, and they found the eyeballs on the iron. No, not Tara. That's kind of north. But yeah.
What?
So every time I think about Krugersdorp, I'm really sorry. I have friends who live in Krugersdorp, so it can be a sunny place. But at the moment,
now we need to know.
Yeah, this was ages ago. I'll try and Google it, but I don't know if I really want to.
No, don't. No.
Mikey's,
but
not Mikey's Fontaine.
To lighten up the mood, because this is hectic and I'm a bit traumatized.
It's Friday, guys.
Talking about ironing boards and irons in general. Talking about that, right? I have a funny story. Don't judge me, guys. So when I was 5, right? I don't know if you guys have ever noticed. I have the scar on the right side of my chin or cheek. There we go. Right? It's not really visible, but there's a scar.
Oh yeah.
On the right side of my face. I got that when I was about 5. And how I got it was I put an iron on my face just to see if it was hot and on.
Oh, that's innocent enough.
I know, right? But everyone like tries.
You were
every
just
time
checking the heat.
I was on my face. And when it happened, my grandma was just like, "Yeah, this is what you get for playing with the iron," right? Because when I was 5, it was my entire face. So I was like, "Oh, I'm scarred for life." And she was just like, "Yeah, that's what you get." And over the years, thank God, it's kind of really just blended in, and no one really, no one really noticed until they're like,
"I never noticed it."
That scar on your face. So I think it's a thing. Maybe people really just play around with irons and.
Simphiwe.
Simphiwe Kaiba says Sterkfontein. I think that's the right answer.
Oh yeah. But sure, Sterkfontein. Who's the SABC lady who ironed her kid? Sorry. Sorry. I want to know. Leah, this is your fault.
No,
Oh
we
God,
don't
do
want
I
to
have to
know.
Google it?
Yes, you
Mm.
brought it to the table. You need to finish this because now, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay,
have like
so
weird dreams.
yeah,
Oh, this
but
is nice. Viersen, okay, Carl says it looks like someone strikes you while the iron was hot. Okay.
okay, well, it was me,
Okay.
myself, and I. But thank
It
you,
was you.
guys.
So wait, can I ask Simphiwe, so like you chose to remove your hand from the situation and rather put your face where your hand should, because I'm
So
thinking
you know
about
how?
like the
Whoa,
concept of hiding,
no,
like
you
rather
see
just
how the
go,
iron is?
yeah,
Like that's boring, dog. It's the hot part this side and then the handle this side, right? And all I
yeah.
did was, but it was already unplugged, and I was just like, well, before I put it away, let me check if it's still hot. And instead of just like, the handle this side and this hand just, no, I was just like handle, woo.
Sorry,
And
babes.
then I was crying.
Yeah, well, look,
Oh,
you were
shame,
5.
girl. Wow.
You were
No, but
5,
you know what?
so
We do stuff like that. I mean,
mm,
before when a toaster's on, and I learned the hard way as well. I put my fingers in to take something off of one of the wires, and got both a
I have
shock
no,
and a
you know,
burn.
Leigh-Ann, I have no business judging you, but like there's something in my spirit that just was like, what?
so wait, you
You
put
did what?
like, do you put your fingers inside? Like, can't
But
you see
why?
like
I
if
put
they're
two
red or
fingers
not?
like tweezers, and I was like, let me get that little.
So I know it's real. Oh, you guys
We
Leigh-Ann,
have
do
been
these
through it.
things,
yes, but on the real, Leigh-Ann, what have you not lived through? Because you have experienced your fair share of life, and you've
I'm waiting
experienced
for the
almost
book. I'm waiting
everything
for the
and
book.
everything. So please tell us, what have you not experienced thus far?
Okay, I've never skydived.
Okay.
And that's about it, guys. So see you next week.
No, but that one's fair. That one's fair. But on the real, the end, like I think we need like some sort of like book or like some sort of
Yeah.
like memoir, like the life of Leigh-Ann or whatever you want to call it, because there are some real gems in your stories. There, like we used to think,
Yeah.
oh damn, for real.
Yeah, no, I need to, guys. I'm
So,
not
so
going to promise, but I'm going to aim to
please
strive. What did
do.
they say? Strive for progress, not perfection.
Even if it's
Yes.
not you writing the story, there's people that you can get to just sit and listen to you, and they'll do it and make it sound sexy. And then, like page 1, Leigh-Ann was a young girl from the what's of Edenvale, dusty roads, blah blah. They can make it sound really sexy.
Yeah.
Just
And they'll
pay
start
them
with
enough.
I'll lie on the sofa and have a box of chocolates, like the little
yes.
Britain character, and go,
Yeah.
Page 4229, and just dictate.
Yeah, and all you need to say, it started off when I was 5, and all I wanted to do with my life was to just lay here on this couch. Little
With
did
my
I know
cats.
that was not going to happen. You see, it all happened on a Friday morning when people tried to
Yo,
call me and they thought I was dead, and I decided to get them back.
I'll
Alice,
put you in the acknowledgements. I promise, Simphiwe. And
Alice,
thank you
Alice
for
in the
all the
comments
mornings.
is throwing shade. She says Leigh-Ann has even lived through war times. Yo,
Dude.
Are we
tough.
not living through a wartime right
Dude.
now? I asked.
Dude,
Alice.
Leigh-Ann, you
Where's
are
the lie?
legend. Wait for it. Dairy. There we go.
Okay, I think we might even be getting closer to finding out who
Yo, she played in.
the lady who I'm the
The
baby.
actress.
Yeah, the actress. According to Bronwyn Bucas, she actually played in Muvango.
Was it Susan?
Oh.
Because I used to watch Mvango. I'm just naming.
See, I
Then
don't,
you should
because I googled
know.
it
now.
and I got results. I got results on Google, but when it says missing and then it crosses out the words that it doesn't have.
Oh yeah. What?
And
Which eyes
the
did
missing
it
words
cross
are
out? Eyes.
no, ironed face. Oh god,
this is actually not funny. It's actually extremely sad. It's extremely sad. So, are we getting closer to finding out who this person is?
Oh, guys, this is such a mystery.
No, we're not.
Oh,
They've probably removed everything.
Wow,
But
you
who
know, let's
told
do.
you, Leigh-Ann?
Hey,
Who told you that story? You said a friend of yours or
that's the
something.
thing. I was driving. Someone in the passenger seat said, "Oh, by the way, that's where that actress ended up. So, oh, geez, I'll have to think really hard.
Guys, I actually used to watch Muvanga. That's why I named some characters, female characters. So, this is tricky now because it's been years. Was it one of the chief's wives? Hey, stay tuned into the next episode of the
find out next week on next week. So Congo Chris says that the opening line for Ass's biography is life is like a pack of no-name brand Mari biscuits. It's not what you expect, but it's still lacquer. I freaking second that. I love that.
That's true.
Love that.
I do love it. I have thought of the title already, and the title would be My Mother Left Me at the Frozen Peas. That would be the title, because that comes with its own story and probably contributes to most of my mental anguish into my later years.
Okay, insert Dr. Hanan at this point. Damn, are you okay, Leigh-Ann? Are you okay, girl?
Okay. No, look, it's all good. All that happened really, and it puts into play how dramatic I make things in my head when they're really small to begin with. I mean, basically, and maybe, Lebang, this has happened to you, I'm not sure, but you've forgotten a kid somewhere for a few minutes?
No.
You're just not admitting it.
No, I'm trying to think. Like, as in, like, I maybe take them to the mall or something. No. That's because I make sure that I limit how much outside time I have with my kids in terms of, like, shopping centers and stuff. Because my kids are crazy. So I try my best to never have them in those situations to begin with. The few times I have, it's always gone to shit all the time. I'm one of those mothers that gets like shat on in the aisles for not wanting to get. And no, just stay at home. So I'm sorry, Leigh-Ann, I can't relate.
Breaking news. Going back to the actress, the baby. We're not gonna know her name. You know why? Because they're like the woman who, our intern sent a link to one of the articles, and it literally says here, the woman who may not be named because she has not yet appeared in court was admitted to Chris Hani. Guys, they're not going to tell us who it is.
But that means, but then, yeah, that's an old news story, because what happened after she was in court?
Oh, guys, I don't know.
So take the keywords from that.
Okay, cool.
Or maybe they just made it disappear. You know, some of these stories, like they just.
Have you seen the amount of dockets that go missing?
Yeah,
that guys.
And like, I've been waiting for over a year for my uncle's autopsy results. I've been you phone the guy every few days. He's either not there, and you only get given one contact, and no one else knows the story, or they say no, you need to wait for that person to come back.
But Leigh-Ann, have you tried like bribing? Have you just tried talking to Ubab Kumalo about just something? I'm just asking, have you tried that? It might work.
I haven't. Maybe it's an idea, but then I'd just be fueling the situation. What do I need? Cash or Coca-Cola?
No. You just need to. I've never done this before, so I think this is how it goes, right? You need to.
You say yes.
Go on.
I think you need to find out who's in charge. I think you need to find out who's in charge. So, for example, they say it's Bab Kumalo, and then you just need to call and be like, "Hey, I was following up about the stockade," and they're gonna say case number, whatnot, and then afterwards be like, "No, in fact, can I please speak to Bab Kumalo?" You know him first name.
Yeah, there's
yes,
always
I do.
A Bab Kumalo.
Yes. This is Leigh-Ann. He knows me very well. They're gonna get Bab Kumalo on and be like, "Yeah, I know you've never spoken to me, but I'm Leigh-Ann. I just really need this sped up. So, just let me know how much resources do I need to, just supply maybe
resources.
Yes, resources.
There's like keywords.
Keywords just to fasten or speed up the process. And he'll be like, okay, the resources might take about 2 days if you have, an EFT e-wallet situation. I don't know. He's gonna tell you, and then you're gonna be like, okay, cool, great. 24 hours later, you'll have your results.
I don't know, Simphiwe. I don't know. I think let's ask George. George, what's your take on Simphiwe's advice on how we should be bribing or maybe
Bribing
not
officials.
bribing
No, I did not say
official police officers because we want something to get done.
I just said, you just need to speak to the right person to get. It's like perfect example. If I know George and he's the CEO of AutoTrader, right? And me speaking to everybody else at the bottom, when I can just be like, "Hey guys, can I just speak to George? George, what do I need to do to get this thing done?" And you tell
What
me, come on,
resources
guys.
do you need?
What resources? Come on.
I think this is the right time to put in a disclaimer. The views of Simphiwe and Teta are not the views of the Gareth Cliff Show, are not the views of Leigh-Ann, are definitely not the views of George, are not the views of Lebang. George, welcome to the show. I want to hear all about cars. I want to hear all about AutoTrader. I know you've got something way more interesting to share with us. So yeah, as you know, the AutoTrader pod with George Mooney is brought to you by AutoTrader. How are you doing today, George? And Leigh-Ann's excited to see you as well.
Hey, Leigh-Ann. Hey, Lebang.
How
are you? Hello, Brianne.
Congo Chris says, Borge.
Hello, Congo Chris. Well, I simply, I don't know if I'm really going to, support your view of corruption. It's a little bit. You know what? I suppose what you're saying is, how do you get to the person at the top? Because that's really what your question is. How do you get to the person at the top?
Because they're the ones that can make the things to move.
Yes, that's the thing, So, if I look at my role as CEO, many people want to talk to me by default. So I'll give you an example. Somebody wants to do a marketing campaign with us, not on our platform, but they want us to use their company as a service. And I'm often the wrong person to talk to because I give our marketing director a particular mandate and a budget, and she needs to make it work and be accountable. And I think it's the accountability that's the problem. It's because the structures within the government down to down the ranks aren't working, and that's where the problem is. That's why everybody wants to talk to the guy at the top.
Agreed. Yep. Absolutely agreed. But let's not talk about government today.
It's always the guy at the top that gets things done. Apparently, it's seemingly like the guy in the shiny suit or the girl in the shiny suit seems like the right person to speak to. But guys, I there's a bizarre story that I just need to share with you guys. I don't know how this happened. George, you're gonna have to tell us what exactly is going on, because a man in Florida jumps from a stolen car.
In Florida.
There's something in the air in Florida, right? So this guy jumped from a stolen car that a train sends into a house. What? So apparently he left a bar and he couldn't find his car. So he went into a car that he stole. So he stole a car to go look for his car. And look, George, please just
explain.
What's going on?
So he was drunk, right? As drunk people do, they lose their car. He might have just parked his car in a parking lot somewhere. He lost his car, so he went and decided to steal a car to go find his car. And this car that he stole decided to stop operating and landed him on a train track or railroad track.
Lord. Oh my gosh.
And stuck on this railroad track. Whether he's the one that was drunk and stalled the car, who knows, but landed up on this railroad track and managed to jump from the car moments before the train hit the car and sent the car careering off the track and into a house. So the guy's lucky to be alive, to be honest. Yeah, there's a picture of him.
Jeez, it looks like a little dinky car that's been squashed by a giant's hands.
Well, you can imagine what a train does to a car.
Jeez. And apparently after that, he went and tried to steal a forklift. So this man was clearly just
so he didn't stop there.
Yeah. Whatever he had consumed had taken him to another level where even after that happened, he was like, oh, look, a forklift. And then he tried to steal that. Sure. So Florida is very clearly, according to Congo Chris, the East Strand of America.
Exactly. That is Florida. You described it exactly right, Lebang.
As someone from the East Strand, guys, no, okay, we don't do such nonsense.
Depends on how far into the East Strand you are, Simphiwe. So the next story is the world's longest car, and the world's longest car is 304 meters long.
Wait, what?
304 meters long.
Okay, so if you think if you think that once around an athletic track is 400 meters,
exactly,
you get the idea.
So this car, originally built in 1986, I sent you a picture there, Lebang. Built in 1986. It's called the American Dream. It's a custom 1976 Cadillac Eldorado, and it is in two pieces. And it's now been fully restored. The interior, the engine has been rebuilt, and it's had an upgrade. It's got a swimming pool inside. It's got a mini golf course and a jacuzzi.
A jacuzzi.
A jacuzzi. Yeah, that's the American jacuzzi, I would imagine.
So how does you say it's in two parts. So how does it bend? Is it like England's bendy buses? How does it go around corners?
I would imagine it, it has to slightly, turn like a big truck, because I mean, a 300-meter long car, surely you can't have it in one piece, but it's finally restored and apparently has a jacuzzi and a swimming pool in it.
The real question is, what is the reason? Like, what is the purpose of a vehicle of this nature?
I think, Lebang, the reality is America always likes to do it bigger and better.
Yeah.
Or try.
Yeah.
So that's that's amazing. And then here's an interesting story, in that you can imagine, like, if I tell you the story, you would think that you're stealing this fuel not in daylight or in front of people, but this team of thieves took a Chrysler, built a trap door in the bottom of the Chrysler. Now, when you drive into a garage, you've got the manholes with the manhole that goes down into the tanks that pump the fuel to the pumps that pump it into your car, right?
Yeah.
Now, this set of thieves built a trap door in the bottom of the Chrysler, so in the floor of the car, with pumps inside the car and a whole bunch of fancy shit. Went and parked the car over one of these and managed to steal 1,591 liters per day.
Oh, damn.
For 3 days until they got caught. So they managed to steal about 4,500 liters of diesel from this filling station.
I'm not mad at that. I am quite impressed.
They're just lucky they weren't driving behind me and I threw my cigarette out the window while they were on their way home with their fuel.
Exactly. I mean, 1,500 liters of fuel. Your car's tank, just to put it in perspective, and average car tank, your tank probably, Leigh-Ann, is about 50 liters, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So if you're stealing 1,500 or 1,600 liters of diesel or fuel per day, that entire car must have been filled with liquid.
Yeah.
Yo. Like,
and
how
not
do you
in
drive
a safe
off?
way.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it was the easiest, mission to get out.
Can you imagine the guy? You always go into the petrol station late at night to buy, I don't know, donuts or cigarettes or condoms or whatever, and the guy's running the till, and he's just got these reams of paper coming out. Imagine that poor guy who's like, "How did we lose this much fuel today?"
Well, that was one of the reasons. You're absolutely right. That was one of the reasons they started wondering what is going on, and this is how these set of thieves got caught. Was the fuel wasn't reconciling. Now you can lose a little bit of fuel, I suppose, out of those tanks, but 1,500 liters a day is a lot of fuel to lose out of those tanks. So this is how these thieves were stealing fuel. I mean, I suppose in the world at the moment, how fuel prices are going up, people are being creative.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, you've just given a whole lot of South Africans something to do this weekend. They'll be modifying their cars and building in trapdoors.
I'm thinking to myself, how soon can we get the blueprint of how this vehicle works? Because we're going to need it.
When they start selling on AutoTrader, please let us know, Borge.
That's so funny. And then two very last stories. Government is looking at scrapping the 5-year driver's license. Every 5 years, you got to go get your driver's license renewed. Government is looking at scrapping the 5-year driver's license and pushing it on to 10 years. So on average, we are one of the lowest, the countries with the lowest time frame when it comes to driver's licenses. The only other country that's as low as us is the United States. States. Most other countries are anywhere between 5 and 20. Oh, sorry, 8.5 and 20 years. So so they're looking at pushing it on to every 10 years. And then there's a new driver's license card coming in the next 18 months. So
oh no, George, say you're joking.
I'm not joking, but it is a good thing, unfortunately, because it's more digital. So so I think that's going to be very interesting. It's supposed to be launched in October 23. Your physical driver's license that you carry around right now is quite a pain. If you lose it, you have to go through a mission to go and get another one. So if this thing turns digital, imagine how much easier that's going to be.
True, but also, digital has its flaws. Do you know how easy it's going to be to get a fake driver's license?
Isn't it so weird? That's exactly what I was thinking straight away. I think if you're in another country with perhaps lower crime rates and corruption, you'd think, oh, it's going to inconvenience me. I need to go and stand in a queue. But we straight away go to how is this going to be used criminally?
Yeah.
I mean, I think on a serious note, though, they are going to be employing, apparently, they're going to be employing blockchain technology in this driver's license.
Wow.
So blockchain technology is unfoolable. It's like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Ethereum and NFTs.
Yeah.
And so blockchain is really, you can't steal someone's driver's license or fake one if you build it on blockchain. So if they build it right, I reckon it could work.
Okay, well, as long as they get the right people to do the building of this blockchain stuff, because South Africa is just a land of surprises. But let's hope it works out. Let's hope it works out.
Creativity.
Okay, well, yes.
I suppose. I mean, if it's a blockchain in South Africa, the weakest link is going to be the problem. That was supposed to be funny, obviously.
You needed to give us a moment, Dave.
It took us all. Look, we still laughed, George. So it's all
and we're all in sync,
Oh man. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, George. That's dope. Is there anything else that we can look forward to with regards to the AutoTrader pod coming up?
Well, our next show is everything to do with tires. So the tire show is coming up next week. So have a look out for that, because we dig into the price increases on tires, and there's been a big collusion. Not scare, but there's been allegations of collusion between the tire companies over the last couple of years, and we talk about that collusion, and whether we believe it's actually true, and whether it's had an effect on tire prices or not.
Okay.
Quick question on tires.
While you're here, I also have a tire question.
You see, this is why we need to talk to management. You see?
Yeah.
But my question is, what is rotation? I've heard that before, like tire rotation.
Yes.
What is that, and when do you do that?
So tire rotation is, you can imagine your car, if you turn left all the time, right? Obviously everyone doesn't turn left. If you turn left all the time, the weight of your car,
going anyway.
Yeah, you'd just be going in circles. But the weight of your car shifts to the right-hand side, and your right-hand side of the car will wear more. If you turn right all the time, the weight of the car shifts to the left-hand side, and it wears. So you can imagine the engine of your car sits on the front, which makes the front heavier than the back of the car, right? So, and plus your steering is turning all the time, which is causing more wear on your front tires. So in order to wear your all four tires evenly, rotating the tires every, let's say, 10,000 kilometers is a good idea, because then you won't be replacing only 2 tires at a time. You'll wait a longer time, and you'll replace all 4 tires. So it just entirely depends on you. But rotation is physically rotating the tires because of uneven wear.
That makes sense. Simply, did you write that down?
I got that. You see?
Leigh-Ann, before you go, here's a picture of the world's longest car. It's got all these American flags on it in the front. It's just picture like a limousine that's just long for no reason. That's all I'm seeing. It almost looks like a fish.
The engine compartment itself has 3 wheels.
Yeah, well, on the side that we can see, so it's probably 6. So 3 wheels.
Naturally.
3 wheels. of that.
I didn't
and then
think
like
that there were no wheels on the other side.
I don't know, Leigh-Ann, just check. And then if you look further down, there's 4 wheels in the middle. So that'll make another 4 on the other side. And then down there's probably like 5 or 6. How many wheels is that in total, guys?
Well, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 wheels. 12 wheels. That's 24 on from both sides.
24 wheels. Only in America.
Toll gate.
I kid you not. Imagine going through a toll gate with that thing, eh? Like, no. Guys, thank you so much,
pay
man.
At the front window and pay at the back window.
Right?
Yeah.
At what point, like, how do you even? I think we can actually definitely wrap up the show, guys. Thank you so much. I want to send a very special shout out to everybody that stuck with us from the beginning of the show. We had a bit of a Florida-y, East Randy start, but things got better as we move forward. So thank you to everyone that pulled through with us and stayed right till the end. Really appreciate it. It's a long weekend. Go out there, be great. Have a lot of fun. Get as much sleep as possible. If you're planning on Netflix and chilling, make sure you've got people to chill with and you're not doing it solo. But remember that the world is your oyster. Leigh-Ann, thank you so much. Sim, thank you so much. George, you are amazing. And we'll see you next week, Friday. And don't forget to listen to the AutoTrader podcast, courtesy of cliffcentral.com. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Tuesday because it's a long weekend. Bye.